last class we talked about the first demoness who came to attack Krishna, wanted to kill Krishna. Yeah, who was the first demoness? Putna. After that, which demon came to attack? So Kamsa sent Satkasur. Now, how old was Krishna when Putna tried to kill him?
3 days.
5 days, 5 to 6 days. Yeah. 5 to 6. Okay, and how old was Krishna when Shatkasur came to? 3 months. He was 3 months old. Yes. He was. Yeah. Now you know what happens. Now we spoke about one ceremony, which was happening when Shatkasur attacked Krishna. Uttan ceremony, which means the rising ceremony, when the child moves, turns, on his side and rolls. Now this.
What would be the topic for today?
Today is how did Krishna get his name?
How did Krishna get his name?
Okay. Now, what happens that after this Uttan ceremony, there's another ceremony which is called Namkarna ceremony. Okay, Namkarna ceremony is basically the name giving ceremony.
What was the
Namkarna ceremony, which is basically the name giving ceremony. Okay, so now Vasudev, remember, when he was staying in Mathura, he wanted to name his son, but obviously he can't name his son because he transferred his baby Krishna to Gokul, to Nanda Maharaj's house, but he has this desire to name his own son. And there is a priest called Gargamuni. So Gargamuni is the priest of the Yadu dynasty, and usually he is the one who gives names to the children who are born in the Yadu dynasty. So Vasudev called Gargamuni and said, I really want that you should name my children, but both my children, Krishna and Balram, but we have to remember right now they are not named, they don't have names right now. Okay, so he said, I want both my children to be named, and I want them to be named by you. So you please go to Gokul.
What was the name of the rishi?
Gargamuni. Yeah. So Vasudev said that please go to Gokul and please give them their names. They are both in Gokul in Nanda Maharaj's house. So Gargamuni now left, and he's going to Gokul, and he's going to go to Nanda Maharaj's house. And when he reaches Nanda Maharaj's house, Nanda Maharaj really, when he sees such a great sage, he really gives him a lot of respect. Whenever some sage comes to your house, or anybody comes to your house, even if he's not your friend, you should invite that person, give them water, give them a nice seat to sit, isn't it? So Nanda Maharaj also invited the great sage who was a devotee of the Lord Hari, invited him inside the house and gave him a lot of respect, a nice seat and lot of nice things to have. And he requested the sage that because you know so much about astronomy, so why don't you name my 2 children? Rohini Mata has 1 child and Yashoda Maiya also had 1 child. So Nanda Maharaj has the same desire as Vasudev, that please name my child. So Gargmuni was very happy, but he said one thing which is very valuable. You know what he said? He said that Kans, he is really aware that because goddess Durga has informed him that his killer has been born. So he knows that there is a child somewhere close to Mathura, and he is born, and he is going to kill him, the 8th child of Devaki, because he is very sure that the 8th child of Devaki was not a girl, it was a boy. But where did the boy go? He is finding out, and he is sending his spies all around. Okay, and who was the first spy who came? Putna. Second spy, Shatkasur. Okay, so everybody is aware that this Kans is going to really do something. He's going to find out somehow or the other. He's going to find out. So Garg Muni said, if I do the naming ceremony openly, then Kans might suspect that your child is the 8th child of Devaki, because Nand Maharaj and Vasudeva are very close friends. So he might suspect that, okay, Vasudeva must have taken the help of Nand Maharaj and the child is in Gokul. Okay, so if he gets to know, then there will be a big problem. So we don't want him to know. So let us do a secret name ceremony. Let us not disclose it, because if we do it in the open and we call everybody from the village.
So did they do it in the Goshala?
Yeah. So he said Nand Maharaj gave this advice. I mean, gave this suggestion to Garg Muni that we can do this naming ceremony in the cow shed, because they have their own personal cows, right? You know, Nand Maharaj had 9 lakh cows. So you can imagine that it must be a big cow shed, right, to keep those 9 lakh cows and feed them, and then milk. There's a different place for milking and taking care of the cows, you know, accumulating all the cow dung and then making those cow dung cakes and everything. So
Cakes for fuel.
for fuel generation, yes. So then then they decided, that let's do the naming ceremony in the cow shed, and they did not invite too many people. So it was only Rohini Mata, Yashoda Maiya, Nand Maharaj and Garg Muni.
Radharani?
No, they didn't invite anybody. Radharani is in Barsana, so they didn't invite anybody, too many people from Gokul itself. Okay, so now when the Garg Muni started seeing the astrological chart of Balramji, Rohini's son, and he said, you know, this child of yours will give pleasure, will always give pleasure to others. Everybody will be very happy, and he will have a lot of strength. So he called him Ram for giving pleasure, and Bala for strength. So Balaram, got it? So that's how he named Balramji. And then when it was the Yashoda Maiya's child's turn, Garg Muni, he said that, oh, this child is very special. He is born in every yuga. He comes in every yuga in different incarnations, and he is very, very special, and he is very attractive, and he will win the heart of entire Gokul. So he said, okay, and this child will also have many names. I cannot give him one name. He will also be called Vasudev, because he is Vasudev's child. So he will be called, I mean, this is what Garg Muni is thinking, because he knows, right? He is a sage who can see the future, present and past. So he is saying, oh, this boy will also be called Vasudev, because he is Vasudev's son, and because of his different pastimes, he will have different names. He will be called Yashoda Nandan, because he is the son of Yashoda, right? He will be called Govind, because he.
Then why did they choose only Krishna?
No, he's saying that, you know, he will have many names according to the pastimes that he does. When he will kill demons, he will get the name accordingly, like Madhusudan means he killed the demon Madhu. Then Keshav means that he killed the demon Keshi, right?
Madhusudana means he killed the demon
Madhu. And then what other names does he have? Govind. Govind means lover of cows. Gopal also means lover of cows, right? So he'll have many names. So Yashoda Maiya was very happy that her son is very attractive, and her son.
Why isn't Balaram so attractive?
Yeah, Balram is also attractive. He gives pleasure to everyone he meets. Okay. Now Krishna and Balaram started growing up. Now what happens when children grow up a little bit? They start crawling, right? And they used to crawl everywhere. So they used to crawl in the cow shed, and then all mud used to stick on their bodies. They would try to stand, and then they would fall. They would hold the tail of the cow, and that's how they would crawl, get their practice of crawling, and they would love it. And all the gopis, all the elderly gopis,
But
and
what if when they pull the cow's tail, what if the cow poops on him by mistake?
yeah, but they would always hold on to the calf's tail, and calves are very cute and sweet. We've seen that. So none of that. Sometimes that thing that could also have happened, and everybody would have laughed. All the gopis and the gopas would laugh looking at their funny things that they were doing in their childhood. But they all loved, because they were all attracting the attention of the gopis and gopas in that way. And then they would see the gopis and the gopas milking the cows. So Krishna at the very young age became very familiar.
But why can't the cow poop when he's being milked?
No, because there's a different action happening, right? So that is the time when they don't do that, because milk is coming out, which is very pure.
If the cow poops on the milk, then you're
Yeah.
Very bad idea. Very bad idea.
So then when they would do all these little leelas, the gopis would pick them up and play with them. So they were really attracting the minds of the residents of Vraja. So all the Vrajvasis, they only thought of Krishna the whole day. They would just always see his activities and always be immersed in the pastimes of Krishna. They didn't think that Krishna is God, but they would think that Krishna is the most attractive, most good looking, most sweetest child in the whole of Vraja.
Auntie, why did Gargmuni name Yashoda Maiya's child Krishna?
Yes, he did.
He said that he can't be given one name. Then why did he give one name?
No, he gave him the name Krishna, and he said Krishna means all attractive, because this child of yours will be always he would attract the attention and attract the minds of everybody. So he did give this name Krishna, and to Balramji he gave the name Balram, right?
Bal means
Strength. And Ram means somebody who gives pleasure to others, right? And they would play with, they would ask Krishna. Krishna was a little baby, so there were these beautiful, pillars where the birds would sit, and the reflection of the birds would fall on the pillar, and Krishna would think that this reflection is the real bird, and he would talk to the bird in the reflection. And these kind of sweet dealings he would do, and all the gopis and the gopas would see this and laugh and giggle, because he was doing all these innocent things. He would talk to his own reflection, and he would talk to the reflection of the birds.
I know one thing, but he was talking to the butter pot.
Yeah. Yes.
He was eating like this is a butter pot. He's eating. Then from behind he saw that Yashoda Maiya is coming. He kept the pot and kept the pots on that aside, and there was something which was reflecting his reflection. And when Yashoda Maiya came there, and he said that he ate all the makhan inside there.
Yeah, he's saying that the reflection is the one who's eating, I am not eating. So all these childhood antics of Krishna, what would it generate? Lot of happiness in the hearts of the gopis and the gopas and all the Vrajavasis. So Krishna is so attractive, and he's so innocent in his childhood pastimes that everybody would love him, and everybody would only think of him the whole day. And then slowly his tooth started coming out. And then Yashoda Maiya was so happy to see like little hands of Krishna. His hands were really pink, and his little teeth was coming out. So he was growing up very sweetly, and he was the darling of the entire